Hi, this is Farel. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the video of me working on my Robot Tod comic. This is page 7. It's a fresh page, and just doing these first two panels here, and those are my super rough pencils. This part always takes me the longest, is trying to get something that's clean enough, and I like the form of the drawing enough to where I can ink it or color it or whatever. And these panels I actually ended up inking with a pen mostly, just because I think because I saw the little robot parts kind of coming out of them, and I thought that would be, I think, easier to just ink the whole thing first rather than trying to go in there with colors and, render each thing individually, which, I can do after I ink, but it's easier for me to sort of see where all the shapes are defined by having a little ink line in there rather than just kind of mushy pencils. But yeah, here you can see just kind of how long my pencils take. I stopped the time lapse a couple times and just filled in, but yeah, I spent probably a few hours just trying to get the drawing right, and then the inking and coloring, maybe that was half the time, just because I already was fairly confident with my line and stuff, so I just basically I had to decide what I wanted to use an ink line for, and just sort of let the pencil line do its thing. There's a couple times where I just kind of I've done this a bunch of times before, but I get kind of caught up in the inking process, and then I forget to look at the drawing and wait, I don't want to ink this. I want to let the color do the heavy lifting here. But I think there was a couple times where I was inking her robe, and I was like, oh, darn it, I didn't want to ink that part, but then, just kind of made it up with colors, or just sort of try to even it out as much as I could with opposing lines. Yeah, so I was, look, you can see even here I'm going back in with pencil and eraser even before I started coloring it. And this page I decided to do the lettering first rather than save it for last like I've done on the previous couple pages. Not really maybe just because I was inking the whole thing anyway first, that I just was I'll just go ahead and do the lettering too. I used the Faber Castell Pitt pen for all that stuff. The lettering was done with the lettering was done with the S, and the most of the rest of the lines were done with the XS, which is the smaller one. It's a super tiny, super fine point. And one last thing that you might have noticed is that I changed the dialogue and the wording a lot as I'm actually physically drawing the comic. I mean, I do a lot in the writing stage before I draw, but here I added the whole little thing with ghosts and a couple of little minor things that I want to call back later in the story. But that's the finish and the video for today. So thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. If you want, check out my Patreon too. It's only $2 a month. Thanks. Bye.